I've come to the conclusion as cancer patients, we're looking at our cancer completely wrong. When I talk about my brain tumor, and when I think about my brain tumor, I think about this little spot inside my skull where the cells are dividing in an uncontrolled way that presents a threat to my health, my mental health, and my longevity. And this is probably not the correct way to think about it. I've been doing a lot of thinking on this lately, and part of it is because I've been dealing with something called cancer fatigue, where you feel exceptionally tired, and this is very common in brain cancer patients. And you feel so tired, yet no amount of rest seems to fix it. The one thing that does seem to help is exercise. So some weeks I've walked as much as 24 miles, just dealing with this feeling of fatigue, just to get some clarity in my thoughts for a few hours. I'll do a really long walk, and then sometimes I'll be okay to do some work after that. And then I'll have some days where I'm just a complete write-off for the entire day, no matter how much I've slept. So this is something known as cancer fatigue. So I want you to think about the tumor in my brain right now is there's barely anything left after the craniotomy. And it's a slower growing tumor, so there's no way it's already grown by now. Yet it can make me systemically, every part of my body just feel exhausted, okay? So have to think of this tumor is obviously very similar in its impact to a hormone secreting organ such as the liver or the pancreas, because those organs secrete chemicals that have a systemic effect. The other thing I want you to think about when you're thinking about your cancer, whatever your cancer is, breast cancer, colon cancer, testicular cancer, it's not the little spot where the cancer is. I want you to think as a systemic thing. Your body is in a pro-cancerous state, or it's in a pro-cancer mood. You could think of it as a mood. It's welcoming to the cancer. I'm not going to say metabolic state because it goes beyond metabolic. I saw a doctor who refers to it as you're cancering. And so I want to give you another example called cachexia, which is a great big killer of people who have cancer. And in people who develop cachexia, it's like a wasting disease. Their lean tissue and their fat just wastes away, and you can try to stuff the calories into them through either intravenous or whatever. It doesn't help. They continue to waste away until they die. It's one of the number one killers of people with cancer. They die from the cachexia quite often before they die of the cancer. And I think my father, if I remember, had some cachexia where he had this wasting away kind of look near the end. And so what's happening is the tumor is sending out a signal to your whole body saying, all that energy and vitality in your body, that's mine now. I'm taking that. So don't think of it as just this little group of cells that's actually influencing your whole body the way your liver might, or the way your thyroid might. There's a mouse study I'm going to link below where they took a mouse, and in the left butt cheek of the mouse, they injected breast cancer tissue from a grade 4 aggressive breast cancer, stage 4. And then in the other cheek, they injected a stage 2 breast cancer. So both breast cancers, one stage 4, one stage 2, into the mouse. And shortly after that, the stage 2 cancer in the mouse became stage 4 cancer and matched the other tumor. So obviously the tumors can, in physics we have there's a concept of information. So obviously the stage 4 tumor was able to get information to the stage 2 tumor to say, no, we're a stage 4 cancer in this body. We're not a stage 2. Kick it up a notch. And so that mouse study was quite interesting. And I got thinking about this due to my systemic level of exhaustion. I'm like, how can this little tumor that's mostly gone cause me such troubles right now? You would think that with the tumor mostly being gone, the exhaustion that it could produce would be a small amount, yet it's systemic and it's extremely draining when it comes on. So if you're thinking of your cancer as just that little tumor, just that little pack of cells that you have to attack, and that's where the battle is, you're wrong. You need to think of your whole body as in this pro-cancerous mood. And your tumor is exerting an outsized signal to your entire body. So think of the cachexia people. They might only have a small tumor, yet that tumor is conducting the whole orchestra of their body and causing them to waste away, even though they're eating extra calories and maybe they're doing their exercise. It's just happening anyway, no matter how hard they fight it. So think of it this way and make your decisions accordingly. Do I want to put my body in a pro-cancerous mood or an anti-cancer mood? I use the term mood because it's really funny, fuzzy and non-deliberate, and no one can throw research at me that says, hey, your mood theory is wrong. So do you want to be in a pro-cancerous mood or an anti-cancerous mood? And I'm sure some of that is mental and visionary, because we know the brain also can have an outsized influence on the body. So think and believe and manifest is something you can do. So now, I mean, I don't know what the implications of that are for my treatment or your treatment, but it's a different way to look at it. And it certainly explains how such a small little tumor somewhere in your body can completely derail everything else in your body. And none of this is controversial, by the way. I'm going to put the paper down in the description. You can go have a look through it. There's like 6 examples in that paper in the bottom that are highly interesting to go have a look at. So I would encourage you to read it and think about it. You know, when you're doing stuff, is this putting my body in a pro-cancer mood or an anti-cancer mood? So that could be a way to think about it on your cancer journey. If you're like me and you're determined to fight your cancer, think about it that way. And I like that one term that one doctor used, cancering. Am I cancering today? I went for a walk today, I'm anti-cancering. I did my treadmill today, I'm anti-cancering. I stuck to my diet today, I stuck to my calorie restriction, I did my overnight fast, I'm anti-cancering, or am I cancering today? So you can think about what you're doing with each step, because if that little tumor can push against you, maybe you can push back. This is your friend, Big Northern Bear, out.